agency contracts. So I'm going to be talking about this in two primary parts, the two principal kinds of contracts you're going to be looking at and dealing with. The agency agreement when you sign with an agent, and then publishing contracts. Because the thing is, even if you don't know a lot about contracts, if you're not really a legal person, it does behoove you as the author, this is your career, to read every contract that is put in front of you and do your best to understand it as best you can, to understand key clauses that are going to come up and impact your career. Again, the good thing is when you get a good agent, their job is to explain the contract to you. You should be able to ask any question you have and they should be able to explain it to you. But let's start with what is an agency contract, an agent contract, and what should you look for in it? So when you sign with a literary agent, when a literary agent offers, first of all, the first thing you should do is ask for the boilerplate, ask for the standard agency contract that you would be signing and review it. If you have multiple offers, you should be comparing different contracts. Agency contracts do vary, and the first thing that's important for you to know is many agencies use a book specific contract, a one book contract. So the thing that you sign will be specifically for the book that they are taking you on for. This is actually for both the benefit of the agency and the author. It means that if things don't go quite as well on the next book, it's actually very easy to get out of your contract, though it's also pretty easy to get out of a broader contract. But don't assume that just because you get a book-only contract from an agent or an agency, that it means they don't intend to work with you for your career. Your relationship with your agent is an at-will relationship on both sides, and so a kind of more generous contract, a book contract, actually, like I said, can work in your favor. So for example, I signed a book contract with my first agent for my first book, and then because we didn't quite see eye to eye on my second book, we just weren't feeling it, it was super easy to part ways because we just didn't sign another contract. So that's just the first note, that it's not
marketplace. Do they believe that this book will sell well? That kind of dictates one level of advance. Do they believe that this book will win awards or place really well in schools, do really well with the library market? That goes into the sort of calculus of the publisher's internal P&L sheet. Of course, whether the book has a lot of buzz going into it, whether the agent has brought the book to auction, whether there are preempts or multiple offers on a book also plays into the level of the advance that the author receives. And then there are some of these other factors which we want to bring to light with this, or we're seeing come to light with this, which is, does race, heritage, background play into the level of advance that is offered to an author? Does gender play into it? Does genre play